Sean Sewell with the Engearment.com podcast. It's been several months since last podcast. That's because we've been very, very busy with amazing projects and incredible opportunities. A lot of fun stuff to share with you guys. I won't try and catch up on every review because there's been pretty much 1 or 2 reviews per day, every day for the last 90 days. So that would just be overwhelming for everybody. So I'll just try and catch up on some of the big highlights and share with you what we have upcoming that you might want to check out on our YouTube channel, our Instagram, or our Engearment.com website. All right, last time we were talking about OMA, Outdoor Market Alliance, winter. Now we have Outdoor Market Alliance summer coming up here in about 3 weeks. And so we're going to cover that with, I think, 10 Engearment teammates broken up into 3 teams. So about 3-4 people per team. We're going to meet with all the brands. I won't bore you with the details. I can just tell you whatever you're going to see at REI, whatever brand you like, we will be working with them to cover gear for 2026. Oftentimes we get the opportunity to test stuff out a season, 2 seasons before it goes to market and give some feedback. One of my favorite companies to do that with is Patagonia. So we work with Patagonia to test out some of their stuff for 2026, which is really cool. I love working with them. They're so great. Fun fact, most sample sizes that are provided to media or athletes to go test are usually a medium. It's most common size, medium or large, hardly ever extra large. But Patagonia always goes out of their way to get a few things in extra large, so myself and I'm sure other people of my size and build can also help test stuff out. It's really cool that they sent over a text like, hey, so we made a couple extra things in extra large. We're getting sent over to your new house. Should be there early next week. So that's just pretty cool. I have goosebumps. If you're watching the video, you can see the goosebumps. They're real. Pretty much, we don't do anything unless it gives us goosebumps or tears of joy. So a really cool thing I got to work with was a drone. This is the Hover Air X1 Max 8K drone. Yeah, it shoots in 8K. My iPhone 15 Pro Max can't process 8K, so I have to dumb it down to 4K HDR just to get the footage out to share. But it shoots amazing videos and it's autonomous. It'll follow you. But last night I was up camping with my dog Chloe and they have a new remote control for it. So I was testing that out and there's a motion control thing. If you've looked at anything on drones, it's probably popped up on your Facebook. It's pretty cool. And it's the main competition to the DJI drone, which we have as well. That thing is awesome, but it's a little bit different purpose than this X1. The X1 is made basically to film you while you're doing activities, biking or hiking, or in my case, splitboarding. It's a lot of fun. And my most fun way of using it, I can't share publicly. I've alluded to or shared with you guys that we are very involved with my in-laws. We have 4 nieces, actually 5 nieces now at this last year. And when we had the 4 nieces over 2 nights ago, got them in the cold plunge. That's a whole nother story right there. But they love getting chased by the drone. Sounds weird, but they love it. And it uses hand controls to track and stuff. It's pretty cool. Anyways, won't bore you with more drone stuff. Oh my gosh, we've worked with POC, Cool, Scarpa, a whole bunch of brands. I'm going to try and get to more recent. It is camping time, and so we're testing out a lot of camping gear. This weekend we'll be taking out a Snow Peak Pro tarp. It's huge. Last weekend we had a little neighbor get together and busted that out, and that was great for sun protection from the blistering hot heat we have here. And then we're also testing out really cool inflatable cornhole boards from Boat, B-O-T-E. Basically, it's like an inflatable paddleboard, but in the beanbag toss game version. So waterproof and durable and packable. Pretty cool stuff. And then let's see what else. Devin's been doing a lot of sunglass reviews. And also she's created a series of videos kind of aimed at women to help them feel empowered to go out and get into overlanding. So Free Spirit Recreation and her working together on some content. Her and our newest writer, Nikita, and I were up camping about a month ago shooting the videos for this. For a first-time user of a rooftop tent, how to approach it, especially from a female perspective, because it's a pretty male-dominant activity, unfortunately. Although in my world, I'm almost always camping with women and with kids, and I love getting kids out camping. It's one of my favorite things ever. So it's a really cool series of videos that Devin is creating to help empower other people out there to feel comfortable going camping, maybe for their first time, maybe with their partner for the first time, maybe with kids for the first time. Pretty cool stuff, Devin. All right, Peak Design had just launched a new Kickstarter, and they sent over one of their new backpacks. We got to use that and test it out. It was fun timing that up with the exact launch time. Was it last Friday or 2 Fridays ago at 9 a.m.? And it was perfect timing. The backpack came in time for the Outside Magazine Music Festival here in Denver. Now this is pretty fun. This is really fun. In a previous life, I worked at a law firm for about 15 years, and every lunch break I would go out and I would read Outside Magazine or Backpacker Magazine. And now we get invited from Outside Magazine to go to the Outside Music Festival, VIP tickets, and we took our neighbors, who happened to be their birthdays, by both of them, it was their birthday. Um, Wild times. I had to pinch myself again. It gives me goosebumps. There they are again. I have to pinch myself that we get to do these awesome activities. So thank you, Outside Magazine, for the opportunity. Now, outside of the gear reviews that the teammates and I do, a lot of us are fitness professionals. Devin's a fitness coach. Ryan's a fitness coach. Dan, fitness coach. Clay is a fitness coach. I'm a fitness coach. And so we have a gym, Existence Athletics, where we host Strong First events and other seminars. And one of the things that we really kind of push with the people we work with is not so much just the training, but also the recovery, the nutrition, the sleep, which is why I work with Eat Sleep to test out their products, but also recovery. There's a lot of tools in the toolkit, myofascial self tissue or self myofascial release, like foam rolling. There's stretching, obviously, mobility work. One of my favorite things is contrast therapy. So we have a sauna tent in the back of the gym. We have two of them actually, and then we have cold plunges, so we can go back and forth and kind of shock the system positively. Basically, getting a little bit uncomfortable on both ends of the spectrums will help improve your health and wellness. And so got to work with a really cool company out of Singapore called Hydrogun, and they sent over a sauna blanket that gets to 185 degrees, which is the hottest one I've tested, and I've tested about a dozen of them so far. And then they also sent over what is my favorite thing so far, 2025. It is a cold plunge, also a hot tub. So it's called the Super Tub. I'll have that review up later, probably next week, but I've used it every day, at least once a day since it came in, gosh, March. So 3 months. Let's call it 100 days of use. And I think I alluded to earlier, we got my nieces excited about it. They were really curious, like, what is Uncle doing in this cold thing of water? So they got curious to put their hands in, and eventually by a couple hours later, I got them get their legs in there. So pretty courageous 5, 6, 10, and 11-year-old. So that's something to look forward to there. Dan out in Hawaii did a really nice review on a boat inflatable hangout sling chair. And it's fun because it's got his family in there, and they're Hawaii, and they're hanging out in the bay and jumping on his floating chair. It's pretty cool. A lot of sunglasses reviews. Smith and Viarne. Bole, I got to test out the new Speed Chasers, which are photochromic 0 to 3 high contrast lenses. They're really great. That review went live yesterday, I think. But along those similar lines of photochromic high-end glasses, there's a company called Serengeti. Many of you have probably heard of them. The very high-end optics like Costa and Maui Jim and stuff like that. And we got to test out a pair of the Marco sunglasses. Really amazing stuff. Speaking of high-end stuff, Arc'teryx, always fun to work with. They have a new Norvin Gore-Tex jacket aimed at you runners. It's very lightweight, 15 denier, no hand pockets. Got to test that out right as it was going live. That was really fun. And then, not to be outdone, another high-end company, Snow Peak, sent over their super high-end Gore-Tex jacket. So it's kind of fun to have a Snow Peak jacket, and then the next day, Arc'teryx jacket to review. And then, not to be outdone, Mountain Hardwear sent out their Pertex Quantum Air Shell jacket, which was at the OMA two OMAs ago. We were really excited to see that prototype. Then we got our hands on one. It's a really cool jacket. Fjallraven Abisko Hybrid Trail Pants, awesome high-end pants. We'll be meeting with Fjallraven here in 3 weeks. Keep up to date what's coming out with them. What else? Oh, a really cool Canadian company, Norda. Many of you have probably heard of Norda. Ultralight, ultra high-end, ultra badass shoes. I've been using the 003 with a G+, Graphene Plus, which is a unique waterproof kind of technology that comes from, I believe, I forget what airplane manufacturer, but pretty interesting stuff. I think, yep, we're right at 10 minutes. I'm trying to keep these short. I'm not going to bore you with all the details of other things to catch you up on. There's tons of reviews. If you want to see them, you can go to Engearment.com, where Kate Agathan and Paul Gallagher have been crushing it. And of course, Aaron Trail. I cannot keep up with Aaron. So I've delegated Aaron to do the website and a lot of Instagram, and she has like just managed all that so I can focus on the YouTube and making the connections for the teammates and doing that kind of background stuff. Erin's done a review every day since she came on board like a year ago, and she's out covering the Ironman right now. Incredible stuff. Also very incredible. This is the first of that I know of in the Engearment family. Kate and Paul got married yesterday, so that's really awesome. Kate's like the OG. She's been with me for 9 years out of the 10 years we've been doing Engearment, and she brought Paul on, her partner of many years, a couple years ago, and they've been incredible to work with, and just wish them all the best and much love to them on their new marriage. So we're more than just gear reviewers here. We're real people with real lives, real families, doing real things. And it's an honor to get to share this with you guys. I appreciate all the love and support. And also thank you to the YouTube audience. We're at 20,000 or 20,200 subscribers now. Mind blowing. I appreciate all of you. Hopefully you find value in our content. Hopefully we help you learn about gear, how it works, and find the right gear to get you outside and have fun with your family and friends in the outdoors. That is our mission statement. Hopefully you dig it. Again, thank you. Much love to all of you. And I'll get another podcast put together before 3 months from now, and I'm sure it'll be a lot of fun. Until then, take care.